Hi there, my name's Scott Arthur and I'm the transport convener here in Edinburgh. So right now it's about 25 to 9 in the morning, and what I'm doing today is I've come out to look at the Corstorphine Connections project. So right now I'm in Carricknow, and I've got a wee map which I printed out this morning. The type's incredibly small, so it's going to be quite interesting trying to navigate around. So I've come out just to see how the scheme looks and also how people are interacting with it. I said last week in full council that I would do this once things had settled down a little bit. I think we're probably not quite there yet because it's only really been running for a week or two. But nonetheless, I was free this morning, so I thought it would be quite useful to come out and have a look at it. The other news since last week is that yesterday I received an invite from the Community Council. So hopefully they've given us a couple of dates, one in June, one in August, and what I'm trying to do just now is see when I can get a council officer, the one that's responsible for the project, to come along to the meeting with me so we can listen to residents. So it's important to remember that this is an experimental scheme, and so what we're doing just now, what the council's doing just now, is trying to weigh up the benefits of the scheme and also some of the disadvantages. I think going forward we can completely remove the scheme if it turns out to be not a good fit for the community, or we could choose to adapt it. That'll just really depend on the feedback that comes from local residents, businesses, and also some of the data we collect around traffic movements, etc. Okay, so I'm going to jump on my bike now and we'll get this show on the road. I've all stopped quite a few times to look at my map before I jump out. Why I started at this end is that I want to go past Carricknow School just to see what the traffic people are doing there. Got here slightly later than I hoped, but nonetheless it should be interesting, and of course I can always come back another day. Indeed, that's what I plan to do. So let's have a look around here. This is what we like to see, isn't it? Lots of kids walking to school under their own steam, and one or two scootering as well. When my kids were at school, it was always the best part of the day, just spending that few minutes walking and chatting with them as we went to school. I thought I was going to have trouble finding the school because I'm not familiar with the area, but all I have to do is follow all these kids walking and scooting along. I'm guessing that's Union Park straight ahead. Okay, so that looked like quite a nice school. So now we're heading towards the scheme proper. So what I'm going to do now is head up towards St John's Road for a bit, and then we'll come back into the area again. I'm not sure it was the time I arrived at there was very few cars around at school. Often when you get to school around drop-off time, it can be a jumble of cars. But I felt quite safe for the kids actually. So up Station Road. So what I'm going to do up here is going to stop beside these bins and check my map before we're going to St John's Road, just so I know where I'm going, because this is quite a busy road, as you can see. What we're going to do now is we're going to come along and down Quick Road, and then along Corstorphine High Street, and down past the west end of St Margaret's Park. Yeah, let's see if I can do this without getting lost. Somebody's bumped their car here. There's reflectors from the indicator block of a car in the road. Here should be Kirk Road, just where that van has just went down, I think. Yep. And that one's through the kirk. Going out to Corstorphine High Street now. When the scheme was originally proposed, I think there was a plan to reduce traffic along the street using a bus gate. I can't remember what the operational hours were meant to be, but there is a feeling that some of the negative impacts that people have been experiencing would perhaps have been alleviated if the bus gate was put in place after all, but I've not quite looked at the detail of that, to be honest. Okay, so again, lots of kids walking to school, but this is a slightly busier road, so I guess as a parent I'd feel a little bit less relaxed about them walking independently, particularly when they're younger. We've got a crossing guide in place, and the school looks just as lively. Morning. The school looks just as lively as the last time I was here. It's fantastic. Stop here for a bit to look at our magic map again. Look at this, the council's resurfaced the road as well. Right, so what I'm going to do now is go down along the south side of the park and then down Stockton Road North till I reach Union Park, and then double up and come up Mance Road onto St John's Road again. Sorry, the width of the road there, I was getting a little bit nervous that this is actually a one-way street, but GoPro says it's not, and the signage says otherwise as well. It's a nice wee street, and I could see some mums and dads, grands and grannies walking through the park there after dropping kids off at school, I'm sure. We're just going to go head south on Saughton Road North for a bit, just have a wee look at the traffic there. Okay, it's time to check the map, I think. Manch Road. Thank you, sir. So far it seems quite remarkable, I think, although the amber light on this pedestrian crossing isn't working right, it seems. so far everything seems quite unremarkable. Certainly on the streets we've looked at. I mean, obviously I'm not too familiar with the area, so it's hard for me to compare before and after, particularly just on one trip, but it seems okay. I think the most positive thing so far was going past, well, going towards Carrickmount Primary School is, you know, those kids walking along and scooting along to school. Marsh Road should be round here on the right. The boy's enjoying himself. We can get past this van, we can go down to Feather Hall, I think. I really should have stopped to look at the map again. Oh, here we go, yeah. So again, you can see there's parents coming back from dropping their kids off at school. Well, you know, walking, I mean. So Corstorphine's quite a good school, and it has an entrance both at the front and the back, and earlier on we went past the front entrance. So this is where I should stop to look at the map to figure out where I want to go. Yeah, I don't want to go down there. I did the man thing and I knew I was lost, but I didn't stop to look at the map. Right, so now we're going to go down to see Featherhall Crescent, of course, which has become famous because there's benches on it at the point where the road is now closed. See the benches ahead. Okay, so my journey is not complete yet because I want to go up to Drumbury roundabout and then go along St John's Road for a bit. I'm not particularly looking forward to that, to be honest, but we'll see what it's like. So I think so far, based on the streets that I've went along this morning, it seems quite quiet and you know, safe for people. I think both for as a cyclist, but by and large I felt okay. And I thought it was great to see so many kids walking to school, and what looked like parents coming back and grandparents coming back and having dropped out their kids off at school. So all good. Obviously I don't know the area, so there might be one particular area which is really negatively impacted by the scheme, but so far what I've seen is pretty good. Traffic on St John's Road, on the very small sections I was on, looked perfectly fine to me. Just check my camera. Looked perfectly fine. Well, to me, in terms of, I say fine, how I know it to be. And so here we are at probably what started off as one of the most controversial parts of the scheme, placing the benches here. And since I last visited, they've been planted up, and they look quite a bit better actually. So one of the real complaints about the scheme that I do get is the fact that going around this area I can see that some of the roads aren't in the best of conditions, so I do get that residents are frustrated at the fact that this part of the road was resurfaced just to put benches on it. So I do understand that frustration, I have to say. Okay, so what we're doing now is we're going to see if we can get on this road, go up to the roundabout, and we'll go along St John's Road a bit, and then I'll probably stop at a cafe. I think there's a cafe called the Village Cafe, and we'll stop there and get a cup of coffee. and that's probably where I'll stop recording unless I see something exciting along the way. Say if there's easier junctions I've got out of as a cyclist, and I'm sure when that junction was onto cars that it wasn't easy for drivers either. This is actually quite an odd roundabout because the lane markings are concentric. Somebody pointed out to me because they're recently repainted, but apparently that's how it's been done. It's not something I've ever noticed anywhere else. So here we are on St John's Road. Traffic certainly doesn't look any worse than I've ever seen it here, to be honest. But what I'd say is, I will come back, so if people think there's a better time for me to come back, or there's a better place in the area I should be visiting, please just get in touch. And also please look out for the date of that community council meeting if you live in the area, and you can come along because I'm quite keen to get people's opinions. And if you have any questions, there'll be a council officer there as well to answer the technical stuff. But obviously I can take questions on the more general issues around the area, and just try to make sure that people's voices are heard. And the scheme meets its aims, which is to make it safer for kids to walk, not just kids, everyone to walk around the area, access the fantastic shops here. So it'd be really good to hear if people have ideas how we could do that better actually as well. Okay, this looks like a cafe across the road here. So I shall go up Victor Park Terrace and stop the video here. So it's been quite an interesting wee while though, 35 minutes or so. Yeah, so I look forward to hearing your comments on what you've seen. And again, let me know if there's a better time or a better place, a better time for me to visit in a bit, or a better part of the area I should be looking at to try and understand both the benefits and any of the negative impacts. I'll go back to what we said before, distracting by the cafe there, is the name of the scheme is to make it easier and safer for people to walk around the area. Particularly kids going to school, which we've seen this morning. But if you do, whether you love the scheme or hate it, if you've got ideas to make it easier for people to walk and even cycle around the area, get in touch. You know, as well as all the other comments we're going to receive in the coming weeks, we're really good to get some ideas on that as well to give us inspiration. Okay, take care.